Yes, guys, welcome back to Jake's Talk Football, and greetings to you. Before I go ahead, I want to say a special thank you and send a special shout out to all my viewers. I really appreciate your time in this channel. Thank you to my viewers in Nigeria. Thank you for my viewers in UK, Kenya, Ghana, all over Africa. Thank you always for the support you have been showing. Thank you for the step-by-step growth you have helped this channel to achieve. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate. And again, if this is your first time here or you are yet to subscribe to this channel, I please urge you to do that. It means a lot to us going forward. So very quickly, in today's edition of Weekend Flash, we are going to take a quick recap on the actions that took place in March week 20 in English top flight. Yeah, we have seen 9 games played in March week 20, and it started on Saturday, where we saw 7 games played and 2 games were played on Sunday, with the last game for March week 20 yet to be played this evening between the Wolves and Nottingham Forest. So while we wait for that, we are going to take a quick recap on the actions that we saw in the weekend for Premier League match week 20. So very quickly, on Saturday, in the early kickoff, we saw Tottenham take on Newcastle United at White Hart Lane, and that game ended 2-1 in favor of Newcastle. Newcastle have been flying recently in their games. They have been winning games, and of course, that man Alexander Isak is on fire. He has now scored 13 goals in the Premier League. He's literally the most informed striker in the Premier League. And of course, Newcastle went away with all 3 points from White Hart Lane. They are now 5th on the Premier League table, just a point behind Chelsea. Then we saw Aston Villa take on Leicester City, and of course that game ended 2-1 in favor of Aston Villa. We saw Bournemouth take on Everton, where Bournemouth won by 1-0. Then Newcastle, we saw the game between Crystal Palace and Chelsea. It was a London derby, and of course, you know, these games can be so difficult sometimes. But again, Chelsea had everything to win this game, but they couldn't kill off the game while having a 1-goal lead. And of course, it gave Crystal Palace the confidence to begin to push and knock on Chelsea's door. And of course, in the 80th minute, Mateta got that equalizer, and that game ended 1-1. Let's hope that is a problem that they can fix in no time, because they have now lost 10 solid points in their last 4 games, and it is not going to be good going forward, because teams are beginning to play catch-ups. Manchester City is now very close to Chelsea after that poor run of form from Manchester City. After the Chelsea game, we also saw Manchester City, who won West Ham by 4-1, and that means for the very first time after 12 games, Manchester City have won a back-to-back Premier League game. And of course, it was a big scoreline for Manchester City, winning 4-1. We saw Haaland scoring 2 goals. We saw Savinho for the first time scoring a back-to-back in back-to-back Premier League games, and of course Foden scored his 2nd goal for the season. So can we now say Manchester City are beginning to get their form back? Can we now say that Manchester City are beginning to get themselves back? And of course, it is now 6 points in their last 2 games. So we'll continue to see if it is a case of them coming back, or it is a case of playing against a poor side. We also saw the game between Southampton versus Brentford, where Brentford hammered Southampton with a solid 5 unreplied goals. Then the last game of Saturday, we saw Arsenal travel to the Annex Stadium, travel to play Brighton in this game, and that game ended 1-1 with Arsenal dropping points again, and of course it is another setback for Arsenal in their title charge. But thankfully Liverpool also dropped point this weekend. Then the biggest game for the weekend, Liverpool took on Manchester United at Anfield. It was a mouth-watering game filled with so much action, filled with a lot of excitement. It was everything you will want in a football game, and of course it was the most interesting game this weekend. That game ended in a 2-2 draw, and what a shocking performance from Manchester United. Nobody saw that coming. Almost everybody wrote off Manchester United in that game, and I am one of them who didn't believe that Manchester United could even get a point in that game. But as we saw, that Manchester United could have even easily won that game, because I think they were the better team in that game. And of course, they did their thing. They were very courageous. They were very bold in terms of playing, in terms of facing Liverpool head on, playing their game, not scared of what Liverpool can do. So they went there, they executed their game plan. It was such a good performance from Manchester United. And on the other hand, Liverpool had such a poor game. Their defense was so shaky. Each time we saw Manchester United launch an attack, we saw Liverpool defense being exposed. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold was very poor in that game, and of course it made Liverpool open in that back line, and it led to Manchester United scoring 2 goals at Anfield. And it was a good game. Like I said, it is the most interesting game we saw this weekend. Liverpool is sitting top of the Premier League table with 46 points, followed very closely by Arsenal with 40 points. Then we have Nottingham Forest, who is sitting third with 37 points, and Chelsea sitting fourth on the log with 36 points. So far, after match week 20, the leading goal scorer in the Premier League is Mohamed Salah, who also scored in that game against Manchester United. He converted a penalty, and he has now scored a total of 18 goals after playing 19 games in the Premier League. And what a season Salah is having. He's not only scoring, he's also creating goals. On the assist charts, so far in the Premier League, Mohamed Salah is still leading the assist chart with 13 assists this season. In terms of goals plus assists, we have Salah also leading that chart with 31 goals contribution, followed by Cole Palmer, who is sitting second with 19 goals contribution. We have Alan with 17, Isaac with 17, and Mbuemo with 16. After 9 games played between Saturday and Sunday, we saw a total of 29 goals scored in all the games. We saw 4 draws in the games played in the weekend, 5 wins and also 5 losses. The heaviest defeat in match week 20 is Southampton conceding 5 unreplied goals in that game against Brentford, and the heaviest win is Brentford, of course, who scored 5 goals in that game. And of course, so it has been a wonderful weekend. It has been a beautiful weekend, and of course, thankfully, Liverpool, who is sitting first on the Premier League table, are not so far beyond reach, and so we can say that the title race is not yet over, because we still have a couple of games to go. It is just 20 games played, and we still have about 18 games to go in the Premier League this season. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here today, and of course, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do that. See you in the next video.